It's nighttime, guys. Why am I sitting in the dark in the Tundra? Great question. We're in the Tundra. Watch. So basically, we're going to test out new bulbs for the headlights. We've had the Sylvania bulbs in for a little while. And they're the Sylvania Hyper Whites. They work really well for a halogen bulb. But we're going to go ahead and do the Nineo. I think I'm saying that right. That's my neighbor with a flashlight. He's working on his car. LED bulbs. I've tried some lower scale bulbs that are available on Amazon with great reviews. To no luck. They just scatter light everywhere in the OEM reflector style housings. I haven't seen many reviews on the Tundra specifically. The Tundra didn't get LED lighting from the factory as an option until 2018 on the TRD Pro model. Those are beautiful headlamp assemblies, but I'm looking for a little bit more budget option that's you can do by yourself and doesn't require any additional wiring. This we'll do before and after with the Sylvanias, and these new ones, the LEDs. These are kind of mid-range, between 50 and 60 bucks, at around $56. We bought them, not sponsored. And on the Tundra forums, the most popular replacement bulb in LED format is the Supernovas, and they're the V4s, the Supernova V4, which is a great bulb from what everybody says. I wanted to go ahead and try these because I've seen a lot of good reviews on YouTube about them. So yeah, we'll unbox them a little later, but first let's get right into the Sylvanias and how they look at night. Take a short drive and get going. So tonight we are in the Tundra with the OEM lighting. These are the Sylvania Super Whites in the factory reflector style headlights housings of the 2016 Toyota Tundra. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take the same drive today, and then we will take another drive with the new LEDs that are coming in a couple of days here. So this is the first night, and we will be running the OEM headlights housings on both tests, and we'll be taking a short drive through the hill country area that I live in, which is very dark. There's only one street light post, so it'll give you a good idea of what the road looks like with these on. Alright, we're going down the street. Up ahead you'll see the only street light. And then we're going to hang a quick left and then go down the block a little bit. You'll see that this is basically very, very dark. And no street lights. This is the winding road sign for reference. We'll stop here. This is what the high beams look like on the stock or aftermarket halogen lamps. Sylvania halogen lamps. Alright, so we know what the Sylvania headlights look like in the stock Tundra headlamps, which are reflector headlamps style, not projector, and obviously not LED or HID. So we're going to try out the Nineo Gen 2 LED bulbs. So, just quick. Try not to be too boring unboxing. And it's a nice unit. Control box is separate. You see here, I'll turn it around this way. This area has a little reflector, but you can see it has the different individual LEDs. Let's see, focusing on that guy. Okay, these are plug and play the H4 harness, 9003 H4. The cool thing about this one, and I've seen it in a couple other ones, that you can actually rotate the housing. And if you see here, right there, every time you spin, it clicks into a little notch. So you can mount it and make sure that the actual bulb is sitting vertical, like this. Not like this, but like that. So we'll get them installed. I'll go through the procedure on the Tundra. It's a 2016 Tundra. Let's get to it. Alright, so we're here at the 2016 Tundra. We're going to be removing the Heritage grill first. Then each side has one of these. There's one here and there's one there. You'll see the headlights are the standard reflector style. So again, we want to make sure that the new bulb sits vertical. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of room, as the actual headlight, low beam, high beam, it sits in this area behind this piece of metal. So there's really no way to get to it. So we need to get the grill and the sides off to be able to pull the headlight forward and have easy access to it. The grill, you have two of these, which use a flathead. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these 10mm bolts, and then you just pull and lift. All right, these guys are easy. Just taking a flathead and you just pop them up, nice and easy, and they'll release as so. I'll put them there for a second. Get this guy, same thing. They pop up nice and gently, like so. Using my Milwaukee ratchet, there it is. Obviously set to loosen. We'll take all 4 of those bolts off. All right, so that's off. That's off, and you gently pull up on these after you've taken those tabs off, and all this is just going to pull off. You hear it snap. Do not yank on it too hard. You just want to release the tabs. And that's it. And you just pull a little light, and it's off. Alright, so we got 2 bolts, one there on top for the headlight housing. See, everything's exposed, everything's off. The side bolt is right here. So once you get this guy off, it'll release. Come on. You'll see the headlights wiggling. So you're taking the 2 tops here, and the one side bolt that goes into there. This is a plastic piece. You don't need to remove the whole thing. And you'll see here, it's already wiggling, it's loose. Careful with your fingers. I'm going to go ahead and pry that up. So we're going to pry this just with a screwdriver, just nice and lightly. And you see the headlight housing is off. Alright, so you'll see there's multiple plugs here. I just pulled the headlight out, tilted it, put it on the on its face right here. You could tie it up. I'm careful. He said I've had to take the grill off a couple times, so you know when I changed it, all that. But just be careful. Anyhow, the big plug, big hole in the middle, that's the one. Be careful, I almost knock it off, right? Excuse me. I put on gloves. The plugs can be dirty. There's dielectric grease on them. You want to undo this pin. Pin moves off. Again, this is a Sylvania hyper white bulb. Okay. Halogen bulb. Okay, so I disconnected the driver from the main cable here. And the cool thing about this is, like we mentioned earlier, you'll see you can rotate it around its axis, but this comes off, which makes putting it back on quite easy. Now I've got my gloves on. I don't want to touch the glass. I'm just being how I am with halogen bulbs. You match up the slots, very easy. Bring this guy down. Now it's in place. Now you just got to insert the the actual unit itself, and it'll just lock in place because it has a little ball bearing right here. Okay, you want to make sure it's vertical, up and down. Okay, with the little shield facing up. That is per a few others that have done this, and you'll see it's locked. It's in there. Okay, these do have fans that'll activate once it's plugged in. So at this point, you're set. You're good to go. Okay, so we will get this back in, do the other side, and come back. Alright, as you can see, she's vertical. Up and down. Lights are on. It's working there. It's working there. This one, we'll try to get this, is also vertical. You can hear, I'll shut up. You can hear the fans working. Alright, went ahead and put everything back. Reattached the bolts, the push pins on either side, the 4 bolts across the top. Grill goes back on just the same, bottom first. Snap the bottom pieces in, then put that on top. Looks good. So you snap the bottom in first, and then you guide the top, and then just push the bottom into place, and then you reattach the 4 screws and the 2 push pins. That's it. Let's go turn the light on. See, it's dark out. That's the neighbor's light. It's our light. But that's what we're driving into. Hill Country, Texas. Ignition's off. Go ahead and turn the lights off in the garage. Illuminates really nice. Nice straight beam pattern against the back wall. We'll see it against the closed garage door in a second. You can hear the fans. They're a little loud, but inside the cab you can't hear them. So out here you can hear them. Outside, or inside, I'm sorry, when you're driving, you can't hear them. Put out really solid light. You see how, if you can see there, the housings are vertical. Inside the reflector, the bulbs are vertical, up and down inside the reflector housings. Let's go for a drive. All right, there it is. The LED lights are on. The beam pattern is very nice compared to the lesser expensive ones I've had in the past. I've tried the $20, $25 ones. They basically throw light everywhere. This is a really, really solid beam pattern. Let's go for the same short drive we did when with the Sylvania halogen lamps. Again, these are the LEDs we just put on earlier today. It's nice and dark out. Let's go for a little drive. This is my 2016 Toyota Tundra. I don't hear the fans at all. You'll see here in the hill country it's very dark. There's only about one street light. It illuminates the signs very nicely. I can adjust the height of the headlamp. I have it set at the same height I had the halogen bulbs at. We'll stop right about here where we stopped before, in front of the winding road sign. You can see it illuminates it nicely, and we'll continue our drive down the street here, and you can see in a very dark area with no street lights, like the Texas Hill Country right here. Yeah, this looks great. This looks real good. I'm very happy with the way these turned out. Again, they were $56, I believe, on Amazon. Yeah, man, these are great. These are great. Much better, much brighter, but a good solid beam pattern that's not throwing light everywhere that you can't, you know, it's like you can't see. It's doing really good with the OEM housings, which are just halogen reflector housings. Do a quick high beam here. You see that? Works really nice. Really nice. All right, get a couple of final before and after pics here. One thing I didn't do with the halogens is here. This is by our mailbox area. We're gonna go ahead and put the beam up to maximum. You see how it raises up there. I'm gonna bring it back down. I like where it was set before. And there we go. Looks great. All right. Go back to the garage and some final thoughts. Final thoughts, Nineo Gen 2s. H4 9003. You can find them on Amazon. We paid $56 for them. They have every other size and major bulbs for automotive. We're probably going to test them out on the 2018 Tucson we have on the wife's car. They have a projector headlamp, so it'll be a good comparison on a projector versus a reflector style headlamp. Great bulbs. So far, so good. If we don't update, it's because they're still working. But right now, we're real happy the way they turned out. It's a nice, inexpensive option to some of the higher priced bulbs out there, which are great. But So far, I have no reason to go to the more expensive bulb. This one's working better than I expected, much better than the more budget $20, $25 bulbs out there that just scatter light everywhere. This is a directed beam. It's got some, basically what looks like to the eye, same technology as some of the more expensive bulbs. That's all I got. We're out, cleaned up a little, got a whole lot more to do. There's the truck, there's the Supra, there's the bulbs. Have a good night. God bless.